Today we're going to make poverty-stricken eggs Benedict. If the real eggs Benedict saw this version, it would file for divorce and win custody of the holidays. I'm married to a beautiful woman who doesn't like to eat breakfast. She failed to disclose that before the nuptials, so once again I'm making her a breakfast she doesn't want, but I do. Because nothing says I love you like turning her kitchen into a crime scene for a social media clip before she's even gotten out of bed. Here's what I found in the fridge that's less than 2 days from turning into a Stranger Things background scene. Frozen waffles left in the bottom of the freezer. They got abandoned there after we wasted the first 4, finding out that settings 1 through 4 on the Cuisinart toaster all meant still frozen, and 5 through 7 meant still frozen with a charcoal shell. We got some eggs. My mama always told me to float your eggs in a bowl. If they float, they're bad. If they sink, they're good. That one's good. That one is good. That one's bad. See? Works. Some shredded cheese. That's cheese the wife was probably planning to use for tacos. You can use that plastic wrap kind your uncle calls government cheese. This is the pre-shredded stuff coated with powdered divorces to keep the bits from sticking to each other. ½ pound of ground beef. Throw it in here. That's basically half a 16-ounce tube of ground beef or possum or something that's red and tastes the opposite of fish and chicken. That's a ½ pound of breakfast sausage. Half a tube of the hot stuff that wasn't invited to yesterday's Bisquick sausage ball party. I'm neither Canadian nor bacon. I'm Texas smashing. We're gonna squeeze these out, about the same amount I use on my toothbrush every morning. Once we got the meats in the bowl and our hands are clean or we're gloved up, hey, it's just us here. I'm not wearing no stinking gloves. We're gonna mash them together. We're gonna force them to get to know each other whether they like it or not. You know what happens when you do something like this and you really get your hands into your work, mixing things up like greasy meat, it makes it absolutely impossible to scroll up on your iPad screen to see what the next stupid funny thing you're going to say was. Those guys are mixed together and incorporated as well as a shotgun officiated couples therapy session. It's magic. My hands are completely clean and they're nice and wet, so when I make these into patties they don't stick to my hands for too long. Move our eggs over here. We're not going to use that water, obviously. Move the cheddar cheese. Man, she's going to be mad when she finds that's missing when she gets ready to cook dinner. Get you a skillet and a spatula. I said get a skillet and a spatula. Harbor Freight, $5.99 on sale. Yeah, I know. It ain't a spatula. It's for chiseling paint and mixing mortar, but it makes the best spatula on the planet. We want the heat on medium high. My house sits over the top of the Barnett Shell, which means it's in one of the largest natural gas reserves in the entire world. And I actually am one of the few people that own the mineral rights to my property. So, of course, that means I have an electric stove. Now my hands have dried out and these are going to stick, but who cares? Sad little ground beef sausage patty. The easiest way to do this, make them into a little ball first. Make them whatever size you want. I'm making 3. 2 for me and a little petite one for the little petite woman who doesn't like breakfast, who ain't gonna eat it anyway. Look, hands are magically clean again. We got a big problem. 2 eggs, 3 beef sausage patties. Problem solved. When those start sizzling good and you know they're about seared on one side, before you go smashing them down, just a little bit of olive oil on the first one. Take the back side of your spatula, get it coated. And it doesn't stick when you go to smash those puppies down. That little combo chisel putty knife, one of the things that makes it so great in the kitchen is that it'll fit in a large pan without your handle being stuck up here on a ledge where you can't get it to lay flat. Perfect for little smash burgers and sliders. Man, that smells good. Now the art to cooking a good hamburger patty is to only flip it once. You'll learn how to time it just right so it's done on one side, you flip it one time on the other side, because the more you flip them, the more juice comes out. But if you're using something with pork sausage and ground beef that has a lot of grease in it, flip them suckers as many times as you want until they're just the right color on each side. See, those are going to take an extra flip. We're still running medium heat on my Frigidaire Professional kitchen stove. It's not the one that professionals use, it's the one that people will use in home kitchens that want to pretend to be professionals. We're letting those fry until they look like they've been through the 2022 economy. You'll notice there's no additional seasoning being added because we got hot and spicy sausage mixed in there. See, unless you're Texan. If you're Texan, it's just normal. We're going to turn that there heat down just a little bit, medium low. How much oil we got in there? We got enough grease to coat the bottom of the pan. One premature chicken. Two premature chicken. Rescue mission. Woohoo! 3 premature chicken. These ain't gonna be easy to flip. It is gonna be a crime scene in a pan. Y'all are all going, why ain't you using some of that cookware that has non-stick? Well, the first pan I had out, the Pioneer Woman pan that's less than 4 months old, got dropped on the floor one time. You might could bend that back out with your hands. And if you look real close, there's all kinds of scratches and marks and stuff in there. You know that stuff's getting in your food. I don't trust them. That's her cook pan. I'm sticking with my ancient 30-year-old KitchenAid Triclad. It's a good idea to use shop tools as cooking utensils. Scrapeable, capable. Hey, I ain't no professional. I'm doing this for kicks. Hopefully in 5 years I'll build enough views and make enough of these that I can buy new cookware. And I'll probably still use this KitchenAid stainless steel Triclad. Can I flip these? Look at that yolk. It's automatically turning itself into pseudo hollandaise. I like my yolks unbroken, but very seldom do I actually accomplish that feat. And it's only like 95% as good when they do break. I can give or take 5% on goodness. We'll go ahead and flip this one because it can't hurt nothing. Look at that. Yeah, I like my eggs with some crusties. Ooh, this one can flip. This one can flip. Is the yolk still there? Is the yolk still intact? Who knows? Who cares? Kind of like our Republic. Oh man, we better check these. Oh yeah. Yeah, folks, they are going to be cooked all the way through, so they're pork in there. That's done enough. Turn off the heat, move the pan over to the cool side of the stove. Now, what are we going to do about them waffles? Do not set these on the hot stove. Frozen waffles. First thing I'm going to do with frozen waffles is put them on a fine paper plate. On the paper plate. These ain't English muffins, these redneck muffins. Look at that. No freezer burn, but there's a little bit of frost on them. We're going to take these straight over here to, no, not the crust-covered Cuisinart stupidest smart toaster in the world that really needs a good cleaning now to look at it. We're taking it over here to the microwave. Open the microwave with a camera angle that does not show the bottom floor of the microwave because that would be very embarrassing. I told you I'm not a professional. I cleaned everything else up, but I didn't clean the inside of the microwave for a mere 10 seconds. Why? Because they still got frost. Put them back in there, 10 more seconds. Because just like Spirit Airlines, we cannot get to our destination with only one type of the equipment we own. Microwaving thaws out the middle so that when I put these on level 4 and hit toast, they go in and cook and they end up lightly crisp on the outside and warm in the middle. That is not possible to do with just the microwave or just the toaster. You gotta sandwich the equipment. You may ask why I did fried eggs instead of poached eggs. Because this is a whatever junk I got left over laying around the house recipe. Plus, poaching requires equipment I don't have, like Hope. Cuisinart Smart Toaster is at the last dot on level 4. We got waffles, liberated from Siberian exile, only to be recaptured by radioactivity and scorching electrical resistance. Let's just move these over here. I say that's nice and golden crisp exterior, warm fluffy interior. Next is a beef sausage patty. All its hopes and dreams have been smashed out. And give it a little crown. Fried egg that already gave up the yolk. Are we missing something? Yeah, we're missing something. We're missing grated cheddar cheese. As for the hollandaise sauce, we're going to get rid of the Holland and we're going to use Dave's sauce, because Dave's nothing as good as Louisiana hot sauce. Now, if nobody was watching, I would smash another waffle on top of this, pick it up, and eat it like a burger. But since this is the way all the social media rock star cooks do it, I'm going to mess around with a fork. That's good. That's good. That tastes like the lower tier of capitalism and coerced decisions, and I love it. If you make this, tag me. If you eat it and survive, double tap. If your blood pressure files for divorce, leave a send help in the comments.